Comp has been going full force this season. There's so many different types of events that have been coming out, like Cash Cups, the Reverse 2K Cup, and the previous Evan CS that just recently ended. All these things put together, there's so many different type of people who are trying to get better and better at the game by the day. What I decided to do was write down 5 to 6 things that I wish I knew before I even got involved in any of this stuff. If I had this list before I started in all these things, my transition to where I'm at now would be way better. I would have taken advantage of the different situations that I was put in and really enjoyed the process in a different way that wasn't so frustrating. My name is KenBeans, and I'm going to explain to you the things that I wish someone told me before I even got involved in my YouTube channel or playing comp in general. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a little bit of a discussion, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I got some really good points that I want to mention. In the background of this video was the best performance that my squad and I had during the Reverse 2K Cup. I'm just going to show the highlights as I go over these points. This video is sponsored by my creator code, KenBeans. This is the absolute best way to support this channel, and now that I graduated college with a degree, I'm going to be trying my best to maintain this and go full time so anything truly helps. Without further ado, let's hop in. This is a struggle that I know a lot of people deal with, but not a lot of people understand it. I wish someone told me to get out of my comfort zone when playing with other people. It's extremely difficult to adapt to other playstyles, but doing that could make you so much better. When it comes to comp, that's one of the most important things in the world because you're able to adapt to new things on the fly. I know there's going to be a lot of crack people who are watching my videos, but just hear me out for 1 second. Have you ever played with someone who is better than you in some way, shape, or form? Maybe they just constantly key and they win all their fights. When you go to play with someone like that, it's almost an eye-opener to your entire play style. This tip is me challenging myself and you to play at a way faster level. I feel as though there's times where I'm not keeping up with my teammates and I'm trying to go for the perfect loot. I'm done doing stuff like that. I've noticed that whenever I try to go for the perfect loot in any game I drop into, more often than not I end up placing pretty consistently, but because I was so focused on the loot, I never ended up keying anyone. The most important way to win events is to have at least 1 game out of the 10 to be a pretty high kill game. You can't do this if you're always trying to be the best of the best and play super consistent and always get to end game. I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating because there's so many different things that can go wrong, but all I'm saying is that I've been playing this game for so long and I've been noticing there's more and more things that I keep on having to learn because of these things that I've never really had anyone talk to me about. This is super noticeable when you play with someone who's actually really good at the game. Having huge amounts of confidence in yourself is one of the best ways to qual, because if not, you're always gonna have doubt in your mind, and when you got doubt in your mind like that, it screws up the whole mentality of the game and you might find that you're gonna start blaming things more often than not. I wish someone told me to take a deeper look into Fortnite and learning more about the stuff that no one talks about. Over the past month or two, one of the things that I found that I really need to improve on is being way more familiar and knowledgeable about the loot paths. When you become more aware of NPC upgrades, bunker chests, and all those small little tips and tricks, it could completely change the pace of a game for you, your squad, your trio, or your duo. There's gonna be a point in time where your mechanics seem like they're flatlining and it's taking a lot more practice to get better at the game. This is where this tip comes in, because the more knowledge you have and the more IQ and awareness you got, the better player you're gonna be in the long run. No matter if you're a content creator, you're a pro, or you're just playing for fun, I wish someone told me the importance of finding a good teammate. The small little things that makes the game more fun is being able to play with someone who makes the game more fun. No matter who you are, no matter how much skill you got, it's all about being able to vibe together. Even if you take this out of the game, even as a content creator or a YouTuber, being able to have friends who you can talk to about this stuff is the most important thing in the world. Friends definitely are not everything in life, but trying to find someone at your skill level or trying to find someone who you think is going to be able to help you take your game to the next level is extremely difficult. There's so many different variables that come into play here, but like I said, I just wish I was more aware of it at the start. That way I was able to feel the waters out and really expand and try and network with as many people as possible. When you got a good teammate, you guys can key the whole lobby, you key together in sync, everything is just a lot more fun. It makes the whole thing more enjoyable whether you're creating content or trying to go pro. One small piece of advice that makes this whole process even easier is bringing more attention to your name. Whether it's showing people that you're really consistent by actually placing in events, or the sad but truthful way is to create content and build up clout. That way people are gonna wanna look at you. Learning how to create content is not as easy as it seems when you're starting out. If you're really serious about any of this stuff and you guys have a genuine question, shoot me a DM on Discord, and if I don't get too many, I'll try and answer you back. This tip is extremely specific, but I've noticed that it's something that's holding me back when it comes to Fortnite and trying to get better and take my game to that next level. I don't know about you guys, but if you played in any sort of comp event and you gotten semi towards a high amount of points, the games get crazy laggy. I'm talking literally you can't build. At the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. It's on Fortnite's end. But the biggest thing that I think holds me back is being able to have a lot of experience in these moving zones like this. I've noticed the second that the moving zone starts moving, instant lag. I'm talking the second the zone closes, it's lagging. Especially when there's storm surge in your game, there's gonna be lots of teleporting stuff happening, lots of audio issues and all that good stuff. Even though it's pretty much out of your control, you have to learn how to play at a different pace. This is something that I'm not too good at myself. This is why if you don't have that much experience in high moving zones, you definitely need to start getting into these type of lobbies. That way you can familiarize yourself with what's about to happen. In my experience, this happens a lot more in duos, trios, and squads because there's more people alive in that final zone. Before I got involved in anything to do with YouTube, I'm gonna mention something that is really hard to talk about low-key. If you've been interested in making content before, or maybe you're making content now but you're kind of at the beginner stage, you might want to listen to this. No matter if you're doing content or you're trying to be a pro or you're trying to be both at the same time, you need a lot of time and motivation to go into it. It's been there the whole time for me and still is to this very day. This tip is to encourage you guys to take advantage of the situation you got right now. Even though you may not have the best setup in the world, this might be the best setup for you to really grind and get started on what you need to do. Going off in a slightly different direction, I've been thinking about this a lot and I just want to mention this to kind of relate to people. This isn't even a tip, but I've always been thinking about what it would be like if I played with my OG teammates from the start. Low-key, what I'm trying to say is that it makes it tough to play Fortnite with a constant thought of knowing how hard it is to find good chemistry on this game. If you could relate to that in any way, the main thing I do to get over this is by becoming the most demon solo player there is. Now, I might not actually be the best demon in the world, but actively trying to get better all the time makes me have hope because I know there's gonna be people out there that are gonna want to play with me. The hype around being super fast with all these things you do on Fortnite with razor fast edits and razor fast builds, you don't need to do that to have a crazy YouTube channel. You don't need to do that to have a crazy stream. You just need to take time out of your day to think smarter than other people. Do this one simple thing that people don't want to do and you're gonna find that it's way easier to get where you want to be with your YouTube or maybe your stream or maybe your Twitter account. There's people in the world that accomplish things that others are taught to think that it's impossible to do. Even as a person who knew nothing about YouTube 3 years ago, thinking outside the box can go a long way. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just listing off the things I'd never do again in Fortnite, but also trying to find a way to put a twist on it for content creators and other people who are trying to stay motivated while making content on YouTube. Nothing's really explained to you and everyone has to kind of go their own way, find their own niche. If you actually like the video, make sure you actually like the video. You probably won't see another vid like this in a while, but it's good to switch it up every now and then. I'm kind of hoping that some of you guys can decipher some of this, maybe come up with your own style of content, or maybe come up with a new way or an interesting way to improve at Fortnite. One of the main things for me is I always put in all my videos that I'm not trying to be the best, but I'm just kind of inching my way to the top to see how far I can get. Seriously, it's all about having fun and doing what you want to do. I get lots of DMs from people on Twitter and Instagram saying that they're not seeing any improvement and they're really losing motivation and that they're quitting the game. After lots of work, I can see how it's frustrating to not see any improvement. Trust me, I go through the same thing. Eventually, you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully, like me, you're going to realize that you still like playing this game, you still like making content, you still like trying really hard. Speaking of which, we got a 100K thing coming up soon. I'm working on merch in the process. Oh, and by the way, we ended up getting 214 points in this squad cup. This is like the second time we ever played together in an event like this, and we did super well. We were like 5 points off from qualifying to the next round. Had lots of fun with the boys. Hopefully we have better luck next time. We're a couple days off from 100K, so don't forget to hit that sub button. If you got any sort of question, feel free to stop by my Twitch channel. Shout out to everyone on the screen right now using code KenBeans. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for the next video. It's gonna be 100 tips and tricks, hopefully. And without further ado, it's been your man KenBeans. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or a good night. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Deuces. Peace.